Here are 5 fire tips and tricks you might not know about if you don't watch a lot of Palworld, including how to summon unlimited of these rare NPCs, how to beat the new Moonlord raid boss with 0 damage taken, and how to break the supply drop so you can stack up unlimited of these work suitability books. Alright, what's good guys? Palworld has actually been patching these glitches and little tricks like these like crazy recently, but these still work for the most part, and one good thing about Palworld, if you guys haven't noticed already, is nothing is permanently patched. Some of these may get nerfed or not work anymore on whatever version you're using, but the devs always mess something up and they're eventually going to start working again. One that does work right this second after all the updates though is this one weird spot where meteors and supply drops fall in the exact same place every time. One little known fact is that the loot inside the supply drop depends on which area of the map you're on, so if you're in the starter area you're not going to get much, but if you're in the Faybreak area you're guaranteed a work suitability book in every drop. Alright, the way this magical little trick works, it's not really a glitch or a bug. Maybe it is, maybe it's not intentional, but I feel like they could change it at some point because it's a little too overpowered. Like I was saying earlier, if you stand anywhere in the normal areas like the volcano area or the starter area or even the Sakjamura area up here, the meteors and the supply drops and stuff will usually land within 100 meters near you to the top, the bottom, the left, the right, the east, west, etc. So they're not going to land in the same spot every single time. But there's one magical spot right here at negative 1100, negative 1475, right at the bottom of Faybreak area. The supply drop lands in this exact spot every single time. Not only that, but because of what I was saying earlier, since we are on Faybreak Island, it has a 100% chance to drop one of these books, which means you can just sit here and grind it out for a few minutes and get unlimited of these books. If you're not aware of what they do, you put them on a pal and it increases their little work suitability over here. So this one, he's only handiwork 1, my Hanyu. If you put on the book 3 times, he'll turn to handiwork 4, making him just as good as some of the legendary pals in this game. It gives you some other loot like this too. I don't really care about this loot, so I just put it in a separate chest, but the books are really good. So if you're on a multiplayer server or a server where you can't change the settings, you can make a base right here and you're guaranteed to always get a meteor right here. Or if you're on a single player world and you can change the settings, here's what we can do. We can go right here and turn the meteorite / supply drop interval down to 1, and this will make a meteor or supply drop come pretty much whenever you clear one out. So every 30 seconds you get a entirely new one. There we go. Just joined back. One is already dropping. You can see it right up there, the purple cloud, and you do have to completely wipe this out. Oh, it looks like this one's a meteor. So there's a 50-50 chance it's a meteor or supply drop. Like I was saying, you do have to wipe these out or a new one won't spawn in, but it only takes a few seconds. It's very easy if you have a Terra Prisma or a Jet Ragon or something along those lines. So we can just wipe this meteor out, make sure to collect all the items, kill all the people, and in another 30 seconds we should get a second meteor or hopefully a supply drop, and then we'll see what kind of loot and what books it has inside of those. Oh, yep, here we go. It's been like 5 seconds. It's already on the way. And you just do the same thing. Unfortunately, it is a meteor. I kind of want it to be a supply drop, but you guys get the gist. You could just do this over and over again. We're going to clear this one out and hopefully get a supply drop in the next one so I can show you guys the suitability book 100%. But all we have to do is wait another few seconds. You can just absolutely grind this out. We have 500 meteor fragments. We have 2 whole chests full of loot. Like I have too much loot. I don't even know where to put it. But yeah, that's a very easy way to get high tier loot. And here it is. It's finally a supply drop, so there's going to be way less enemies. Let's see what loot we get. Yeah, and if you guys haven't noticed, it's in the exact same spot every single time. Again, it's right on this little purple area with the little purplish red area right above it. It cords negative 1100, negative 1450. And oh wait, does this not? Okay, I was about to say, where are the enemies? But yeah, very easy. Terra Prisma does most of the work for you. You open up the chest. Here's your work suitability book. And you get a bunch of other really cool stuff too, like the elixirs or the chromite or the life pendants, some armor schematics, that kind of stuff. I've gotten some really good stuff too. I think I got a Terra Prisma or something from it. So yeah, do this if you want. You can stock up on work suitability books, which is the most important thing, or you can stock up on a bunch of this other really cool loot, or you could build a base here on multiplayer servers and get one of these every 30 minutes or whatever the default timer is. If you guys need a multiplayer PvE server for Palworld, Mamba NA just launched, and we already have a pretty big community with custom custom bosses, currency, and changed a bunch of the annoying settings so you can play without having to worry too much about carry weight or egg hatching or things like that. This guy even built a full restaurant with VIP areas, and a bunch of other cool people built some other cool things. Feel free to join the Discord in the description, or put the IP in the password section in multiplayer, or just search up Mamba in the community servers to join up if you want. The very common dungeon glitch where you fly through this entrance and are able to get straight to the chest at the end was unfortunately patched very quickly. There is another way, and it is a bit harder unfortunately, but still very worth it, and if you can learn how to do it pretty quickly with some practice. If you're not aware of why this is important, you can grind out legendary blueprints super easily, extremely quick with this method without actually having to do the annoying dungeon. So we're back in the dungeon. What I was talking about before is you could just fly in here, you could go straight up, and you could get into the little area where you can fly around the map and outside the map. That has been patched, but one really cool thing that hasn't been patched is you can actually climb through the ceiling, and I think this one will probably be patched too, guys. So if you want to do this anytime soon, make sure you do it ASAP. But you can just climb through the ceiling. You'll get into this little black area. Sometimes you fall through, so you kind of want to climb to the left, but I'll try and get up here and show you guys what I am talking about. Oh, well, I mean, it looks like I'm already glitched in here. I don't really know what's going on. It's kind of, you know, sussy. You kind of have to mess around with it a little bit, but you can get stuck in here very easily. I bring the Hainu so I can just kind of glide through the walls like this. And once you find a place where you can actually climb on the ledge, you should be able to glitch your way through until you reach a little black tunnel just like this. And if you crouch, it will let you move your way through towards the opening. So I know there's not a lot to look at right here. You're kind of just looking at my butt. You should be able to just climb your way through and make your way over to this little grass area where you can glide across, or ultra grappling gun across, or ride your pal across, anything like that. But it's still pretty easy to get out, and you can fly over the entire dungeon. Now, a few things if you guys didn't know about this: the entire point of this is being able so you can get the chest super fast and not have to worry about doing the whole dungeon. So you can get these two chests right here through the wall actually if you just spam F or whatever your chest opening key is. It's a little bit hard to get them, but once you get used to it, you will be able to do it super duper fast. There we go. Just got both of them right there. I got some pretty good stuff, it looked like. And then you can get the other chest if you want to. I believe there's more in that little area, but what I like to do is just completely skip to the end here. And there's one other really cool trick over here that not too many people know about. And that is, if you go to the very end, I'm on the last circle right here. If you land on this little black area over here with some stone, and you go to this little pillar, you can actually climb on it and get your way straight through the wall. Now the boss is right there. Usually you have to beat the boss. Now the boss is right there. Usually you have to beat the boss to get through this door, but you can just get through the door completely on your own. Open these two chests, and there we go. That was 4 chests in the span of what, like 10 seconds or whatever it was. You can leave the dungeon and do it all over again. Now this isn't needed at all, but you guys can see it has an until expiration. It actually expires and resets in about 5 minutes, but there is one setting you can change if you want to make this faster, but again, not a requirement. You can turn your daytime speed and your nighttime speed all the way up to 5, and this will reset it in about 30 seconds. So by the time you're done with the dungeon, it's already going to be reset, and it makes it really easy to grind this out. The things you're looking for are obviously the legendary blueprints, like the legendary Terra Prisma. You can get some other really cool items like these blueprints and everything. You can get celestial sigils, schematics, stuff like that, some whistles. So it's a very easy way to grind legendary blueprints, probably the easiest way in the entire game right now, and you guys might want to do this before they patch it, because whenever there's dungeon glitches, they make sure to patch this stuff ASAP. This next tip actually has been patched in the last update, and you can tell if you try this, it only somewhat works correctly. This is still worth putting in the video and trying because it has to do with the NPCs and the new NPC bosses and the insane loot they give out. The way these things work changes every update, so sometimes this works and sometimes it doesn't. It's definitely worth trying still every once in a while to see if it does. The NPC bases usually take 30 minutes to respawn between each use, but if you teleport away and teleport back using the waypoints, you can get the enemies, the chests, or the loot to respawn completely very quickly. Again, this works in some versions. In some versions it doesn't work. The point of showing you guys this is showing the NPC building logic is very faulty, and there's definitely some ways to abuse it. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you guys already know glitches about how to make this respawn instantly, or some other glitches to do with these NPC bases, but messing around with these buggy loot bases is definitely a great way to get some legendary items. I even got the legendary treasure map. Alright, to make this one fast, guys, because like I said, it works in some updates, it doesn't work in some other updates. I don't even know if it works in this update, so we're about to try it right here. But I like to go to these two right here on the Sakajimura Island. I TP to the Moonflower Tower entrance, and then there's another one right here on this pane at negative 616, 250, and that is where these two bases are. You can see the other one like through the trees right over there. What I like to do is hop down with my Jet Dragon and use my C attack, the Meteor attack, and it wipes all of these guys out in one hit. Okay, alright, I guess I missed some of them and didn't wipe those guys out, but it wipes out most of them, and then you can use your Terra Prisma or whatever other attack you have, and it just easily goes through all the walls and destroys all of them. So I'm not going to get every single chest right now. I'm just trying to show you guys how it works. Then once you clear out this area, you're going to want to go, and like I said, usually it takes 30 minutes for it to respawn, but if you just teleport away and then teleport right back, sometimes it works some magic. We just teleported right back, and it looks like the people regen. I'm not completely sure if the chest or whatever is going to regen, so let me use my attack that I just did. And there's no chest in that corner, but you guys can see all of the people regen, and yes, some of the chests respawn. Sometimes the main one doesn't respawn. Sometimes the pal in the little cage over here, he respawns. So it's definitely very weird. And my character's buggy. Okay, yeah, see, I don't even know what's going on sometimes, but this is the important chest that you want to get. Either way, all I'm saying, guys, is you might want to check it out for sure and test this out yourself, because you guys can see the people respawned, one of the chests respawned, but sometimes it doesn't fully work on it. It's not really too reliable or anything. Or you can try again with the second base over here. The Jet Dragon Meteor attack really just wipes all these people out in one hit. It's definitely worth checking out. But the next tip is a lot more reliable and works pretty much every time, so we don't have to worry about this one. This one is just a good one to keep in mind. Now, this next one is a very important one. You guys can see my flying base over here. We are at chords negative 320 to 90 in the snow area at the top of the map. Usually, I would put down a huge little sigil here and summon the Moon Lord or any other boss you want to try, but you guys have all seen that a million times. So instead, I'm just going to focus on how to get into the glitch spots and not worry about showing you guys me actually doing the damage. And I'll put some clips up in here and there. I've done it 1,000 times on this channel. It's pretty easy to understand. But to actually get into the spot that works, you want to get over to this triangle rock right here. I'll show you guys what it looks like flying from above. It is this triangle rock. There's two ores over here. It's this big not wooden, but big stone mountain over here. And then there is like some smaller rocks in that big triangle over there. But pretty much this is the wall you used to be able to glitch through right here. We're not really too worried about that. You want to go over to this triangle, and there's one little hump over here. There's a second little hump, and there's this little dark spot. So what you're going to want to do is kind of go to the left over here and roll into the dark spot. I got pretty good at it, so I can do it within the first few tries. But if you're new to this, you might think it's patched or whatever, because it is really hard. But trust me, guys, it's not patched. You just have to practice. So Bane, oh my goodness, if you saw that, there we go. I'll do it again just so you guys can witness it. You just want to roll directly into the dark spot, and you should be able to get in within the first few tries. If you're just rolling to the right into the dark spot, there's no way to like line up to make it 100%, but yep, there we go. That is what it looks like. You can shoot the Xenolord, the Moonlord, whatever boss you want to get from here, and he won't do any damage to you. If you're taking damage, just move more to the middle over here, and you shouldn't take any damage at all. It's incredibly overpowered. Again, I could just stat pad the video and show you guys me actually fighting the boss, but there's no point to do that. You guys have all seen it already. The main point is this glitch spot is wonderful. You can put your base somewhere around here. Remember, don't actually put it on the foundations or it will break when you summon a boss and you will lose the raid, but you can put like the summoning sigil right here, the boss right here, and go hide in this rock. So that's it, guys. Hope you learned something new in this video or something you can use. Feel free to sub up, and remember, my server is being worked on all the time, 24/7, zero lag. It has a bunch of custom stuff. We're adding some new stuff every single day. If you need a multiplayer server for PC, PS5, Mac, freaking iPod Touch, anything Xbox, join up, guys. It is my baby right now. We've been working on it super hard.